I'm Shane Mathewson. This is Jesse Mathewson from the band Ken Mode. We're out on tour with Frail Body across America. Our first tour in America in 3 years, post-pandemic, so we're excited to be here. And this is our van.
The white van.
Named the white van, yeah. I do most of the driving because I'm a control freak, and I drive just right, and that's why I do most of the driving. This is the captain's chair with two GPS holders and units. We got the old school Garmin Nuvi that we've used for years and years. Apparently it's so old that it won't update its maps anymore. So we use this more when we want to give everybody's cell phones a break from GPS duties. The Nuvi doesn't update anything. It doesn't know what the traffic is, so it's more like a get on this highway and keep going. And that's why we've got two GPS units.
We've got our special clown here. Which is for that.
The van clown has been in here for 7 years.
Oh no. Almost lost him.
And it lives here all winter, and its batteries have only had to be replaced once, but it was very important to replace the batteries. Had to order them special.
Our friend Garrett Jameson bestowed the van with this beautiful clown years ago when he was on tour with us. He's a stand-up comedian, and I don't think we played the Beat Kitchen with him, but we've definitely done Chicago a couple times with him opening for us. So we keep that in the van to always remind us of our good friend Garrett, who also has red hair like the clown.
The van and the fuck is new. That's only on this tour. It's been a while.
Catherine provided that fuck. Who's actually laughing in the back seat now.
For the most part, when I'm driving, it's more podcasts than music. Catherine is new to the band, so we've been doing a lot of talking, getting to know each other. So it's been mostly podcasts and just like everybody blabbing all the time.
When I drive, I like listening to music, but I'm the worst at staying like awake, so that's probably. And I don't talk as much because I'm also trying to preserve my stupid voice because I'm getting too old to scream every night. But because that's just the way it's gonna be.
So more podcasts than music. And even then, it's like probably 50-50 podcasts and then just nothing. Either talking or silence.
We're super excited. We party very hard in this van.
Oh, flossers. I think that's a good indicator of how fucking hard we party.
Yeah.
What do you got in the van? We got some individual gum flossers.
And you know what? I think those have been in the van for almost 10 years. We just never used them.
That went from these guys have great oral hygiene to these guys have shit.
Yeah, these guys are gross, and they just found these things that they don't use. Unleash the hounds! And by hounds, I mean Scott and Catherine.
Hello,
Welcome
hello.
to the back seat.
Welcome.
This is where we get a little more interesting because we actually keep our teas and various things on the corner.
This is the kitchen.
Along with the saxophone.
Saxophone. Gets a place of honor.
We've got a couple
under the seats.
Couple beers stored under the seats. We don't really drink as much, well, hardly at all anymore. So we end up just collecting it and drinking it at home when we have our one beverage per day. What do we have? Water, some slippers. We're keeping it comfortable here.
We do have a Nintendo Switch somewhere underneath that, and it has not. I brought my Switch. It has not been broken out. I was replaying Zelda recently. Good one. Yeah.
We're too interesting. What
We've
are
been
you
chatting.
in Nintendo for?
We've been chatting and listening to podcasts and.
If someone really needs a breather and needs to get away from what else is going on, whether they just need to be antisocial briefly or whatever, this is probably the spot to do it in. It's kind of reserved for that because, as has already been kind of mentioned, we've actually been unusually social on this run.
That's my fault.
So we've been spending a lot of time actually kind of all in the same area talking, and so the back seat's kind of just been like, I don't know.
It also houses the snack.
Yeah,
bin.
it's been a bench for snacks for certain. And there's a lot.
We got cookies.
Actually, I might have one of those right now.
We got a siren. And then this Shane's partner provided a lovely snack basket. This needs to be part of the van now too, I guess, but I think the eyes don't work anymore. How do you turn
I think it might
this
just
on?
be the on-off switch is messed up.
Wow, that car alarm is really gonna mess up our audio. A lot of good goodies, but we haven't yet divulged into the bubble tape, for example.
But yeah, I don't think that there's much delineation currently. Now, bearing in mind, we're only a few days in and we're not sick of each other yet.
Yeah.
There's not too much delineation between the front and the back seats at the moment.
No.
Not yet anyway. But I mean, a week or two from now, we'll see.
And I don't think any of us are really car sleepers. So we're just awake,
Yeah.
hanging out. Person in the front for sure is awake with the driver.
We should hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
Some vans don't care about that at all.
that's preposterous.
I know.
They don't care about living.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
We
the reason why the person in shotgun should be awake is to keep the driver alert.
Yeah.
It's very important.
That's the driver.
I have strong
He
feelings
says.
about that.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, yeah, and that's one of the reasons why when we do night driving at night, we normally after the show will drive an hour out of town on the way to the next show and get a hotel there. And my brother is not allowed to go shotgun because he can't stay awake. There he is, Mr. Can't Stay Awake.
I'm just coning off some spots.
Are you going buff?
Just got to get one van from Florida out of the way.
All right, what we have here is our illustrious bunk. This thing, nobody really sleeps on top of this. It's basically just a big shelf. So we've got bags on the outside, sleeping bags over here. Behind this is all merch backstock. And then on top of this, behind the bags, are our tour mats. So we got 3 tour mats, a skinny one, and then a couple of super luscious 6-inch memory foam tour mats. They're basically like a mat that just folds out. So normally we're a 1 hotel band, so 2 people get beds, 2 people are on the floor mats. And these floor mats, they're just as good as beds. So, we'll never end up getting 2 hotel rooms because we got the beds, man. And we're cheap.
And they're just too goddamn expensive.
As we learned down here in America, getting Super 8s, how fucking expensive even those are.
Such a bummer. Curse you, pandemic.
But that's in a nutshell the back. It's mostly merch backstock. A lot of bags too.
It's a pretty standard trailer. I mean, it's just your standard Tetrising of a trailer. I don't think I do anything particularly well, but we also, through learning over the years, we try to keep it very tight so nothing slides around, which can just, especially trailers like this, it just destroys the walls, so you don't want that to happen.
We never open this.
We've never seen
we
it
never
from
open
this
the
side.
side
The
door.
reveal. This is exciting for us.
That's pretty fucking tight.
Yeah, there's none of this is moving at all.
Yeah,
The only room there's any wiggle room is right near the back, and we've tried to situate things so there is maybe like that much room that things could wiggle, so we don't break anything again, so we don't destroy the walls. So we try to. It's funny because we had another trailer for 10 years before this, and right before the pandemic, it got crushed by a tree. And we got actually an okay payout from our insurance. It basically reimbursed us for the full cost of it. And we didn't replace the trailer, and then the pandemic happened. Now everything's like 3 times more expensive. So we kind of screwed ourselves there. But when we had Catherine join the band, we bought a whole bunch of extra gear. And we got a bigger trailer this time, and it's just as packed, if not more packed, than the previous one. So, which is actually a good thing. I'd rather have a tightly packed one than some big, empty, loose trailer. Then you're just wasting space and gas mileage and blah, blah.
It's funny having the side door locked. I don't think you could unload this thing without doing the back. Like I think it's too tightly packed to be able to pull everything out.
Yeah, plus it's a speaker cap that's blocking the door too. We're Jesse and Shane from Kenmore. Thanks for checking out our van. Go to ken-mode.com. You can check out anything your heart's desires about us. Videos, streaming, our web store, tour dates. You want it, it's there. ken-mode.com.
Come see us on tour.